So as you see, this is my Stripe account for less than a year ago with the new web design agency. It's sitting at $0. And this is the same Stripe account for the last 4 weeks. We literally made $80,000 last month just with this agency. I own equity in other web design agencies and other companies and agencies making from $10,000 to $50,000 a month in revenue. And today I want to tell you a little bit about my story, how it all started out, and so you can get some inspiration from it. So basically I didn't start making all this money, and I didn't stop by having all this network, have nothing to my name. So I was living basically in LA with just a couple of roommates, paying $1,200 just to live with 3 people in an apartment. And from there I decided to move to China, getting paid from $2,500 to $3,500 a month just from bonuses and everything else, just teaching English. And the reason I decided to move to China, even if it's less money than what you can make in the state, is because the money you make in China, you can save a lot of money. So you spend maximum $1,000, $1,200, and the rest you save it. And the idea was basically putting this rest that I can save it into just some business online that I can just start and scale. Okay. So first of all, I started dropshipping and I failed at it. I lost a lot of money, but I didn't, if I circle back on it at this time, it was my mistake. I was just going all over the place. I had no strategies, I had no mentor. And also I started agencies. I started a lot of agencies. Some agencies I scaled to $3,000, $5,000, $10,000. But the problem that I had was like clients were leaving pretty fast. So I had no problems with closing because I had like closing experience before. But I couldn't keep clients for longer. I was basically just shooting in the dark. And from there, I knew like I couldn't just continue doing this by myself. I need to get some external knowledge if I just want to scale that pretty fast. And that time I stumbled across a YouTuber who was watching my business partner. This YouTuber is called Alex Litvinchuk. And he was like basically Ukrainian living in the state. And he had a car dealership agency, basically working with car dealership where he would build websites for them. He would do media buying for them. He helped them sell cars. He helped them solve more problems in terms of selling more cars. And I really liked that niche because I had kind of like experience with the car dealership niche. I knew how they would function, their profit margins and everything. So me and my business partner decided to go out there and buy his course. And at that time, we moved back in the state. All his course was about basically service delivery, just making sure how you can have top-notch quality service delivery in terms of bringing amazing quality results to these car dealerships so they don't leave, because that was the part I was lacking. And sales, there was not a lot of sales. It was just basically cold calling, walking out. So I started cold calling this car dealership, showing up to them face to face and closing them there, is because I can tell you like car dealerships is one of the hardest niche you can close online, is because most of the time these folks like they're thinking with the old-fashioned way, and like they don't want to do business with someone they don't know and they don't see, right? So we were walking out to these car dealerships and we were selling them minimum for $1,500 to around $3,000 a month retainer, aside from paid ads. They would cover the paid ads budget, and the paid ads budget would be from $600 to $1,200, and we're building websites for them as well. So we're helping them with those things. And I remember we made around $40,000 in sales in the first 7 weeks of operating this car dealership agency. And as I said, we're providing services from web design, paid ads, and everything else. And the reason I decided to go all in web design and start a web design agency, and don't get me wrong, we still have a lot of upsells in terms of media buying, Google ads, and we still solve a lot of other problems for our clients other than web design. But the reason we decided to shift into web design is because from our conversations and our sales cycle with all these car dealerships and the other niches that we experience with as well, because we saw when we pitched this local business's website at the beginning, it was something that everybody understood and everybody know they need. And that was kind of a front offer that we built trust with these businesses. And it was very easy for us later to upsell them for paid ads, upsell them for everything that we want once we build this relationship. But it was much harder just selling them for paid ads or our client acquisition services just right off the bat, when they know nothing about us. Because 65% of the revenue I made from the first agency I started was after I sold them websites and I came and talked to them about selling them other services. But when I pitched them just, paid ads or just other services right away, it was much hard to close. I didn't say it's impossible, but it was much harder. If you actually like web design like me and you want to scale a web design agency past $10,000, $20,000, and $30,000 per month, then check out the offer that we have below. So basically what we do is we scale web design agencies to multiple 6 figures using one client acquisition system, one offer, one pricing, and 3 upsells. And basically we take only a small commission out of them. So that means if you don't sign any new clients, you don't pay. Simple as that. So if you want to learn more about it, check out the offer that I have below, and you can check out all the amazing testimonials from students that we help scale their agencies past $10,000 a month. So that's was like my advice for you guys. Just start a web design agency only thinking that you can make all this money just selling a website, because simply you can. I don't want to lie to you, right? You know, you can be lucky here and there. You know, this month you got 3 projects, each project's worth 10 grand, you're making 30 grand. But if you have no resources to still make retainers from your clients, then you're just gonna fail and you're not gonna scale to, because, you know, probably we're in different situations. I'm not good with like making 30K a month. That's not good for me. That's not gonna cover my lifestyle. That's not gonna cover my rent, you know. So for me, I gotta make at least 50K a month if I'm gonna be happy. But for you, you know, if your goal is just to make 10K, 15K, yeah, probably you can do that pretty easily, sell a website. But if you want to take your agency to 50K, 80K, 100K per month, and even more, you need to start selling other upsells. And the upsells that you gotta sell, you gotta think about solving other problems for these businesses. That's how I literally started. And after I started getting results in my web design agency, experience with other niches and all that, other the car dealerships. And at the beginning, people start coming to me asking me for help. So I helped a lot of them, and I've seen most of these guys that I helped, like literally they come in, you know, they're making 2K per month, they scale their agency 10K, 15K per month. And after these people start getting results, I just noticed like, hey, there is value in my advices. I can literally help people scale. So what I started doing is I started taking equity in all these agencies that came to me. So for example, there is an agency already making 10K per month, and I would take an equity percentage in the agency. And then after they scale to 50, 60K per month, I'm getting at least around 5 to 10K per month just from this agency on passive income, just from equity that I have in this agency. That's aside from the direct revenue I'm making from my own web design agency. And the reason I'm still operating my web design agency is that because I want to always to be part of the market. I want to always be basically an agency owner rather than just being a consultant helping these people out. Because even if I know I'm going to be making a lot of money just from equity I have in all these agencies, if I'm not an agency owner, if I'm not part of it, I'm not going to be able to give them the real advices that I know would work, because I'm not going to be part of the market anymore. And I don't want to fall into the Iman Ghazi and all these, you know, YouTuber things where they just focus on the consultant program and they don't focus on their agencies, because I know for sure if I just focus on it and give it all my time, I'll be making more money than I'm making right now, because it's simply leverage. If you scale an agency to 100K, it takes 20% off profits. You have like 100 agencies, all of them scale to 50, 100K. Like, you're going to make more money than owning your own agency. They're just like logic. But it's going to be very hard to give them good advices and stay real with myself while knowing I'm just outside of the game and still giving advices about the game. So yeah, that's a little bit about my story about how I scaled my web design agency. See you soon. Cheers.